Hi there, I'm Jonathan,
And I'm Sarah.
and welcome to Jonathan's Diamond Painting and Stuff.
Carry on.
Okay, I will do. So, today we're going to be doing a whip and chat. You know, we're going to talk a little bit about Sarah as well as me. Those of you who are on my Facebook group will know that I've had a little bit of a downturn. My last video made it look like I was completely okay, to be honest, you know, because I've just been on holiday and just got back, but to be fair, mentally I am still struggling. I've always wanted to be very upfront in my feelings and how I am and everything, so I will just go through a little bit, you know, where I'm up to at the moment. Okay.
Yep.
So while we do that, we are going to be working on the Paint Gem Rainbow Edition. I've just finished Tuscany. Should I show people or should I not?
It's up to you, Dylan.
Yeah, I could show. I'll do some pictures of the Tuscany edition now, just while I'm talking to you, just so you can see it, because it'd be better than me just waving them about.
Yeah, sure.
But the Tuscany edition I loved it. It was so calming. It was wonderful to be able to do that on holiday.
They are lovely pictures.
Yeah, and it's just, beautiful. Although Sarah moans that, there's a house in everyone. But there is not a house in everyone.
There's one without
One of
a
them
house.
doesn't have
One.
a house. Yes.
I just like scenery rather than houses.
Well, houses are part of a scenery.
I know, but...
You know, houses have been round for a long, long time.
I know houses have existed a long, long time, I believe
I know
so.
you're a witch and you don't want, you know, to... you want to live in the trees and everything, barefoot.
In a forest.
And everything.
Live in a forest. I'd happily live in a forest.
Yes, I know. So anyway, that's beautiful, beautiful edition. It had a varying landscapes, a lot of fields with poppies, sunflowers, lavender, and there was like a really nice one of like what looked like Venice, I guess, but it probably wasn't because it's Tuscany. But it's just like the canal with a bridge over it with the houses. The style wasn't quite Venetian to me.
No, it's not Venetian at all.
Yeah.
Too many trees.
Yeah, but anyway, beautiful, beautiful pieces.
Oh, absolutely beautiful image, but not Venice.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about that. Go back. We're gonna work on the rainbow kit. So this is one of the smaller kit sizes, and they are partial, so they are not the full canvas. They're not a full square canvas like the Tuscany edition and the National Parks editions, the museum editions.
Should we just do it like rather than actually choosing a picture? Why don't we just turn them upside down and do it absolutely randomly as much as we could?
Because you can see from the other side.
Oh yeah, that didn't work, does it? Oh well, it's worth a try.
Well, I think it's more fun to argue.
Okay.
To be honest. Well, you like arguing.
I do like
I'm
arguing.
a bit fragile at the moment. So
I know you're fragile. I'm going to be nice to you.
Well, I think you can
Only
do
for that.
You
I don't like mermaids.
Oh, surprise, surprise! Something Sarah doesn't like.
Ooh.
That's
Just always going at me. He always is.
Yeah.
What have you just hidden?
I'm not hidden anything.
Why are you hiding them? Show me the ones you're hiding.
There you go.
Show me the ones you're hiding.
You can.
No, you can show me the ones you're hiding first.
No, but the rubbish ones that you won't like.
Show me the ones you're hiding. No, you can have them. No, okay. Alright. Be a little princess. Because I'm a little princess.
Yes, you are, aren't you?
This. Not a rabbit. That's quite cute. Oh, I do like the fairy and the moon.
Oh yeah.
That's quite cool. I can't decide though now. Don't like that one. Don't mind doing it. Okay, not those two.
It's the moon then, isn't it?
It's the moon or the queen.
Oh.
Or the princess. What shall I be? A fairy or a princess?
It depends how much interesting things you want, because there's more elements to this one than that one.
Yeah, I might actually do that one because there's a lot of colour changing in that one.
Yeah.
A lot more it seems, I think, in that one.
Yeah, and you are a bit slower with.
I'm very slow. I'm very slow. Okay.
And I'm going to do the unicorn. So that's mine. It's just a unicorn with like the word magic underneath it. And Sarah's is the queen sat on a cloud. Sarah
What's
is
her dress?
Oh, is it? I thought it was a cloud.
No, it's a princess.
I thought,
with
I was going to say you've always got your head in the clouds.
It's a princess with a beautiful party dress on.
Well, I actually just peel this whole lot off
it's got light on it. I didn't realise it's.
and then I use.
It's charged. I didn't realise
Oh, is it?
did
Oh,
that.
I didn't realise it had charge on it.
No,
and-
nor did I.
yeah, and I just stick mine to my light board.
Actually, that's probably not a bad idea. Have you? I'll grab some of your.
Well, you had some
Tape.
washi tape a minute
I
ago.
did, yes, but I put it away. Jonathan's got the perfect A5 small light board, so it's the perfect size for this.
Yeah, and I've got a video on my channel. I will try and remember
Yeah.
and put it in the top corner of the screen. I think that's the right direction.
Yeah.
But yeah, just for guidance, you know how to. But yeah, so
But mine's an old A4 larger size. So what I've done is I've cut out, very cleverly, a piece of paper. So you won't be blinded, nor will I be blinded by the light on from this light board. And I'm also using this because my eyesight is atrocious and I
If you
can't
stick-
see enough.
if you stick that underneath.
I was going to stick it to it.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah, to the
'cause it's
paper.
just the whole thing's just going to slide around then, isn't
Yeah, but
it?
I move it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, right, you're a mover.
I'm a
okay.
mover.
Okay, right.
So,
Right, I'm going to start on number 7.
okay. Oh, struggling to type. That'll do. That'll
Yeah.
do. That'll do. Right, what numbers do I need? Oh, I need. Where should I start? Let's start with.
Apologies for the state of my desk. I mean, it isn't really messy. Just anything out of place on the video when you're doing an overhead view looks a bit messy.
I'm going to start with the end of the skirt, or cloud, as was known.
You're not
So I
going
want P. Which one's P?
to be... P. There you go.
I'll have P, please, Bob. Only slightly older English people will understand that.
Is that Blackadder?
No, it's
Oh.
from. Oh God, what do you call it? Oh, it was a game thing that was on with kids. It was like younger people, more teenagers, and it was all hexagons, and you had to get from one side to the other by answering questions.
Oh, right.
You
Like
had to
Crystal
choose-
Maze sort of thing.
No,
like-
no, no. It was just a board with
Oh, right,
hexagons on.
Oh,
and,
right, okay, yeah.
And I cannot remember the name of it. So if anybody does, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
And
No, I was thinking of the Blackadder episode where there's a guy that's actually a woman called Bob.
oh yeah, Bob. No,
Yeah,
no,
and then
no.
my
but
my
the guy, it was Bob something that was the master on the thing,
Right, okay.
and you just and you had to choose a letter, and people used to like saying, "I'll have a P, please, Bob."
Oh, right.
it makes sense.
That makes sense now. I was just like, what on earth was you talking about? You know,
It does
but
make sense. I do
you know.
apologise for everybody. It's got a bad shape.
oh, you got bad shaped tweezers.
Yeah. No, the thing. Where's the blah 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 blah?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Shall I put that in the middle?
Yes,
There
please.
you
Thank
go.
you. There we go. Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. So talking about. I guess we'll talk about me first.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I think you need to.
Yeah. So I got to Tuesday. I was still quite jet lagged, but I was getting over it. I managed to sleep through the night and everything, and it wasn't too bad. But I just had an incredibly low day on Tuesday.
Indeed,
I
very
was
low.
I was just contemplating my existence, my place in the world. I was just feeling quite. I just couldn't. The point of everything, I was just like back to some of my classic depression, and I was just. Yeah, I was so procrastinating. I couldn't figure out what to do with myself.
I've got to take the top off.
I think I saw you at one point, didn't
Yeah,
I?
yeah, you did. But you cheered up a bit because we did.
Oh yeah, so I had one good bit of news.
Yeah.
Is I had my ADHD referral came through. So for to book an appointment, but being the procrastinating ADHD person that I am, I still hadn't done all my forms. I had the hyperactive questionnaire left to do. So, I'm the sort of person that struggles to do these things on my own. I kind of need a bit of support. So,
body double.
yes, that's what Sarah calls it, body doubling.
It is a thing.
Yeah.
There's actually an app for that. It's called
What?
Dubby.
Dubby? What
Yeah.
does that mean?
It's the ADHD Love People.
Oh,
you know,
right,
Rory,
yeah,
my favourite singer in the world.
Yeah.
And they do a. We can probably link it if you want. Just
yeah,
show
we'll
where
link it below. Yeah.
They link their internet. Do they do YouTube? I think they do some YouTube, but they mainly do Instagram, I think.
Yeah.
And TikTok, and they have a website web app that's called Dubby, DUBBI,
Right.
and basically it's just someone talks you through doing things
Oh, right.
like tidying and housework and cleaning and.
Well, like an AI or something.
Well,
or...
no, it's actually one of them. They film it.
Oh,
so,
right.
Okay, let's do this bit next, and actually it really helps.
All right. Have you used it then?
I started it and then I haven't completed, got registered or anything. But yeah, I'm seriously thinking of doing it because I struggle with anything that vaguely resembles housework
Yeah, I do as well, as you know.
or doing anything useful.
Yeah, I think you're better than me.
No, I'm not. I'm only because sometimes with children I've had to learn to just get on with it at times.
Yeah, I know. I'm very.
But I
okay.
just hate it with a passion so much.
But yeah, so I went over to Sarah's to do my hyperactive form, and then because I said I'm not doing booking my appointment until I've done it, so we did the form and then I booked the appointment. So and I've got an appointment for a couple of weeks' time. So yay!
It's brilliant. It is good.
It's just almost feels like it's crept up on me, It's
yeah,
not
it's suddenly
really.
it's here. It's about
Yeah.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be. You'll feel, having someone say yes, you do. have
Yeah.
it, like I did.
Well, it's just still a doubt
A
in
year
my
ago.
mind. I just still think, it's in, it's not. I don't have it. They're just going to say I'm a liar or something,
That's
and-
exactly how I felt. Exactly
know-
how I felt. I felt like they're just going to laugh at me.
Yeah,
But they went, oh yeah.
I'm still paranoid because it's a provisional appointment, so I think the psychiatrist still needs to agree to the appointment before I go.
They will.
And I'm like, oh God, they've looked at my forms and they don't think I'm worthy.
Sakes.
You know.
They're only just got to confirm they're available to do it more than anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so yeah, we did that, and I did, like Sarah said, I did cheer up a little bit, but then I got home again and reality set in.
It did.
I was really overwhelmed at the thought. Well, I don't think I was admitting to myself how overwhelmed I felt, but just getting back to work, and so I did everything. I did my list. I did
Yeah.
I did my lunch for the next day. I was really prepared. I even spoke to some of my colleagues on a chat we had, to see who was in and everything, to try and alleviate any of that stress. And when I went to bed, I honestly felt I was okay and I was going to be in and everything. But then I woke up in the middle of the night and I just felt really, really stressed out and overwhelmed. I felt anxious, like the thought of going in.
It was borderline panic attack, I think, for you.
Yeah, I was just really
Yeah, I mean.
and then I woke up in the morning
Mhm.
and I was really struggling. But I worked myself through it. I got my uniform on even, and I was just paralysed.
You were. Yeah, at that point, Jonathan FaceTimed me,
Yeah.
and we talked a bit, just to try and get him to to breathe and calm, and cope, because he was really. It's one of the worst states I've ever seen you in that morning.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh,
You
really?
were- and I realised you were very. I told you I knew you were anxious on the Tuesday,
Yeah.
and I knew you were more anxious about returning than you were letting on.
I think I just didn't want to admit it to
Yeah.
myself or
Yeah.
to Alan because, Alan wants me in work, obviously. It's not... pressuring me or anything, not really, but you know.
But you're pressuring yourself as well, because
Yeah, I know.
you feel bad if you're not working.
We've been on
That's modern society for you.
We've been on an expensive holiday, and I don't want to feel like I'm a waste of space, you know, and I
But you're
can't
not
do
a
the
waste of space.
simplest thing.
You've just got anxiety and burnout.
I know, and I mean, so I'll talk about the anxiety and burnout in a little bit. But what I'm doing to recognise some of the signs and what I'm doing to improve things. But before that, I'll just go on what happened then. So I phoned in work. Work were fantastic, as usual. My team have been brilliant. They've not made me feel negative at all. They're really understanding. And so, yeah, it was no problem at all. And I then went to the GP and I got a sick note for a month. And
it's good they gave you a month straight off.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did ask for it, to be fair, because I knew. I mean, if I feel better earlier, I can get them to review it. But I just felt that if I get a week, I'll just be at the end of this week. I'll be like, oh, do I need another week?
Yeah.
And I find it really difficult to focus short term because mental health takes a lot longer to recover. And I felt that
No, it was the right thing to do, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I needed to get my meds reviewed, and so I ran the GP back after I'd got the sick note saying I need a meds review, and then they spoke to the doctor a couple of times, calling me in between, and then I've got an appointment now next Thursday. And my surgery, it's been a bit difficult to get appointments because one of our partners left, although I think, looking at their website, I think they've just replaced him. But I guess there'll be a period of time while everything's getting back to normal, you know, like anything when a new person starts in the team. So, yeah, I mean, it's literally impossible to book an appointment. But anyway, when I discussed with them, I said, I really need a review of my meds because I don't think they're working. And, you know, you know, once they established it wasn't suicidal thoughts, you know, it was, which I have had in the past. Sorry. It was okay, and they gave me the doctor that was on duty had given me an appointment with them in next week on Thursday. So, yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. So that so that all happened. That's what I'm doing. I do now know some of the signs of things that are going on with me which are affecting why I'm like this, and embarrassingly some of them are things that I've done, I guess, which haven't helped me.
Such as
like I've decided recently that this new business venture that I was starting, I'm not doing that now because I made a very, very snap decision, but I'm still standing by it as the right decision.
No, I'm fully supporting you.
Yeah, but I thought I was struggling with all my. I think it's my personal identity. It's a big war with myself, I think, really, about my own personal identity in the world, and I want to leave the world a more meaningful place than it was when I came into it, but I want to have that effect on something. And I know I'm a nurse and I do a really good job, but it was never what I wanted to do with my life. You know, I've always been a really creative person. I want to be able to fulfill that in my life somehow and leave my mark, if you like. But I really struggle with the organisational side of that, and to be fair, it just felt really, really monotonous when I was actually making all the things that I designed. I love designing things, but when
it comes down to the actual physical repetitive work, it gets it's a struggle.
Yeah, and I pushed myself at a couple of events recently that we both did, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did like a Easter event and a and then we did a another event, didn't we? What did we do?
Remember.
Oh yeah, we did the Spring Along Fun event. So yeah, a couple of close close events close to each other. It was all in
Yeah.
aim of promoting our business and getting the word out there. And
But
it-
neither of us are really up to that.
no, I think I just need to accept that I'm still damaged mentally. You know, it's just I am struggling, and I guess I just need to accept that myself, you know, and accept that I'm
And
still
forgive
not.
yourself for it.
Yeah,
You know, rather than feeling that you failed in any way.
yeah.
You just, you know, these things happen to everybody some point in their existence.
I know, and we all feel this way. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'd let my colleagues down, and
Mm.
I'd let Alan down, you know, and
You haven't though.
another month, you know, it's just. But yeah, I am determined. To be back next month, and I want to be in work. I want to get over that hurdle, but I'm going to speak to my bosses because I think I need another mini phased return to get back, because I think it was obviously too much. I'd only been off 3 weeks, but given my fragile mental state, it was obviously too long for me to be away than me to actually get back.
Just walk straight in and go, off we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with
Yeah.
that. So, yeah. So I think, I mean, my managers are supportive and they want me back. So I think they'll be open to anything else I say.
think so. Of
But
course they want you
yeah,
back.
but
You're a great nurse.
you know, so I just want to get back because I was happy doing it. I just had that blip, and it was just, like I said, it was a bit self-inflicted in that I did a lot of stuff. I mean, my counsellor, she said, was
You shouldn't you
she said
blame
how
yourself for anything.
no, she said, how could you have known, Jonathan?
Yeah, exactly.
How could you have known that it would have had this effect on you? And I said, well, I guess I couldn't, but you know,
You
it's
know,
just
it's
like,
not saying it's self-inflicted is not helpful for
I
you.
know, I know,
It
it's how
really isn't,
you know,
because
just,
it's you've you know, and I think for everyone in the planet, really, we've all lived through the last 3 years. The first 3 years of this decade, where we're just a worldwide pandemic. It changed everybody.
oh yeah,
You know, and especially you working in the health service during that time
yeah,
was just manic
yeah,
and so much pressure and so hard for you,
mhm,
and also so isolating because of your job.
yeah. And I know some of my colleagues are fine, but
Yeah.
I guess we're not all the same person.
No, exactly.
But
It doesn't make it self-inflicted, and there just will be times like all mental health, you have, you know, on recovery, you have some good times, and then you'll have a blip up and down.
yeah,
You just have to accept that.
yeah, I know. And I mean, some part of it is the RSD, which is the rejection sensitive dysphoria, which is what people with ADHD suffer from quite a lot. Other mental health conditions do as well, but it's basically where any negative response, or even a constructive response that has like a negative element,
Yeah.
like you did it like this, but that's okay, because even that is like
Oh yeah.
makes you feel really negative.
You go
And
into a
really-
downward spiral.
Not against the person that said it, against yourself, you know.
Yeah.
You just and I've had it with like friends that say some quite toxic things, or do some quite toxic things, and you know, I've as I've discussed in recent
We've
open
had
chats, you know, but yeah, so it can be quite difficult, you know, to get over something like that. So it just makes it. I can't remember what my point was
that.
now.
Oh no, I do. I'm just like, yeah, very good. No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I guess.
You just struggle. It's just everything. Piles on, and then the anxiety builds up.
Yeah, I think I was talking about different people having
Yeah.
mental health in different
Yeah.
ways, you know, and
People cope differently, but I think everyone's got their demons somewhere.
yeah,
I'm so slow. I'm bad at this. I love doing diamond painting, but I'm really not good at it. It's very depressing.
doesn't matter.
I know.
I'm not.
I'm a perfectionist. If I'm doing something, it's got to be perfect.
I know. But yeah, but that's where I'm up to at the moment. I've decided that I'm just wheeling back on all the business stuff. I will make stuff for friends, close friends and family.
I don't know where that's supposed to go.
That went there, so it must have done there. Yeah, yeah, because that's 5 in there. Just because it goes across a row.
Oh, I believe you. What number am I looking at? N. No. Thank you, my love.
Yeah. So yeah, I was struggling to do all that business stuff. So I'm leaving the business stuff and only making stuff for close friends and family. And I will take orders, but on a very, very small scale, and it'll just be via my Facebook group.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, and I think that'll just be much better.
I'll do the same.
Yeah, I've deleted all the items from my eBay store now, so I'm just.
Oh, well done! Didn't know you've managed to get that done.
Yeah. Well, I can't figure out how to close my shop, but so I've not closed it. But
it must be a way.
Well, there's no items in it. There's nothing, no difference anyway.
There'll be nothing happening, will there?
Yeah. So that feels good to have done that.
Yeah. Well done.
And yeah, I'm just coming to terms with it all and everything, and it's like my video games. I've not done that properly in ages, and since the holiday, I'm starting to do that more, and that's having a positive effect on my mental health, you know, and and my I had a really good conversation with my sister, the mother of my nephew that I've talked about, Alex. Her name's Lizzie, if I didn't say, but so. She really wants me to be more a part of her and Alex's life and go over there more often, or she's going to come over here more often.
I think that's great.
You know, so I think I find it overwhelming making the decision. So we decided that she's going to text me when she wants to come over.
Yeah.
And now I don't have the business. It feels less of the pressure. Yeah. Time-wise, that I'm losing time, because I think it's all about time with me. I just always feel like I'm losing time. I never have enough time to do everything.
I think that feeling.
So I think moving everything back to
and I'm not great under pressure, and I'll start to panic and just, not do anything at all, which is not good.
No. Yeah, but so that's where I am. I just thought I owe it to you guys just to, keep you up to date and how things are going. Those in my Facebook group will know more because I do post them there. If you do feel like you want to be part of my little community, our little community, because I've got Sarah and Dawn is one, and another one of our moderators.
Although let's be honest, Dawn is far better than I am.
Yeah,
Dawn's just brilliant at the job.
She's amazing.
I'm not organised. To say the least.
To be fair, though, we are going to talk about that in a minute. But you've got a lot going on right now.
Yes,
a
few bits.
Just but no, I don't. But no, Dawn has really stepped up. She's absolutely incredible.
She is.
Yeah, and a fantastic friend. Along with our other little groupies.
Yeah, our little group.
Yeah. So.
Nerdhood.
Yep. So.
Nerdhood.
Yep. Yes. So that's where I'm up to. But if you feel like you want to be part of the community, just check down below or at the end of the video or at the beginning of the video. There's the link there for our Facebook group, and that's just anything diamond painting related. Or progress related. You can put pictures, you ask questions, it's a very friendly.
Yeah, it's just it's a nice little group.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind people talking about their personal problems, but to be honest, we try and keep it to diamond painting, because otherwise it will just it will just turn into some goodness.
I've been in a lot of other groups that become where you go on for a subject, say a health condition.
Yeah.
And you study, and it is just whinge along basically.
Yeah.
And it ruins the atmosphere of a group. Sometimes you just got to keep it.
I mean, some people like talking about those problems and commenting on those problems. Some people don't, and at the end of the day, people came to the group to either find out more about me or my updates or to talk to each other, and I love, it's really engaging, it's lovely, so.
There's no harm in general chit-chat.
No.
Let's not.
But
make it a helpline.
Yeah,
because
no.
there's people just
There's groups for that, you know.
Yeah,
There
and
are
also-
supportive
it's also-
groups. There are
and
any...
also it's you just don't know who the other people reading it are and how triggered or how much they won't cope with it as well.
Yeah.
So, keeping it to subject I think works.
And sometimes not everyone has the awareness to put trigger warnings in. I mean, half the time I forget.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
do.
like sometimes I put videos out thinking, oh my god, should I put a trigger warning in for this or that? You know, it's really hard to really have that self-awareness.
And also just to know what would become a trigger.
Yeah.
Because what isn't a trigger to you can be a major trigger to someone else.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows someone else's history.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Right, well...
it's all a minefield.
It is.
It is.
Everything is, isn't it, to be
it is.
fair?
Mm.
All right, well...
Oh God,
Okay.
you don't want me to talk, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh
Yeah.
God, where do I start?
Yeah, so... well, tell us a little bit about the last 6 months and
Health-wise.
health-wise.
Oh,
Like we
God.
talked about the gastritis,
Yeah,
didn't we, last
yes.
time?
I'm still living with that. I'm still
know-
living with the constant pain, the restricted diet.
So it's more about, I mean, there's stuff with your there's rheumatology stuff and
Yeah,
there's,
and I've got
and there's
orthopedic
stuff
Yeah, so
that's going on.
I've got what I don't know if Jonathan's mentioned the actual thing, but it's just undifferentiated connective tissue disease. You have you?
Yeah.
Thank you. But it's basically just I have symptoms of a lot of different autoimmune illnesses and diseases, but I don't have all of each one. So it's like just a collection of bits of them.
Yeah,
Really?
and by autoimmune we mean it's a disease that attacks
Yeah,
you
yes,
attack your
it's
own body.
incurable
Yeah.
disease where your own antibodies, you produce antibodies to yourself, and you can, and it attacks your joints and can attack any organ or any part of the body, to be honest. I have my main sort of illnesses that I struggle with on that is lupus, a lot of lupus, Sjogren's syndrome, and rheumatoid arthritis. They're my main ones. I've got some osteoarthritis and fibromyalgia and blah blah blah, loads of other things. I can't go through the whole list; it gets too long.
Yeah.
But I've I'm waiting for surgery on my feet because I'm having my toes fused because the arthritis is so bad. I struggle to walk. I'm having to walk with a stick at the moment to support that, and I'm also getting hip pain. And it's just, along with long-term mental health issues, it's debilitating, really, completely. And, I'm having to come to terms with the fact that I am no longer an able person. I'm actually disabled.
Yeah.
I have a parking badge.
And we're both coming to
Yeah.
terms with that, really,
Yeah,
aren't we?
yeah.
Because I like to do
and my
lots of
family
stuff
are
as
and
well.
And my husband, he's a great one. He loves walking and hiking up and down hills, and I find walking up and down the high street is painful. So it's sad, and it's letting go of the life I was hoping I was going to be having.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still going to push myself to do what I can, because I'm not going to live it. I'm not going to be defined by being an ill person.
And that's the thing I've always admired about Sarah, is because the reason is basically I've had friends in the past that are completely defined by their illnesses, and I found it so depressing, so demotivating. They always wanted, it was all about them, what I could do for them, and never really the other way around.
It can never be that.
Yeah,
it's not being a friend, is it?
Yeah, but Sarah, she always puts other people above herself. She's, but it's both ways. I'll support her and she supports me, and I think that's the way it should be, really.
Definitely.
And she's one of the most giving people in the world, but she won't actually ever admit that to herself.
No, I'm not very good at that either.
No, but no, I just love that she isn't defined by her illness.
Yeah, you have to just get on and just be yourself, and do what you need to do in life. I've been in therapy like Jonathan since last year. The therapist is amazing, and I've got long-term mental health issues, ADHD, depression, anxiety. Mine are caused by a lot of childhood trauma, and so I'm working through that. And I think I think mentally I've improved a lot, but I will still have days where I just can't get out of bed. So we can really empathise with each other on that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, we just, because we've been there. I've been where Jonathan is with work as well. When I was working, did a similar job, and there are days you just cannot leave the house. You just can't move, and it's just overwhelming fear, panic, and anxiety. And it's a really horrible place to be. You know, and you have to take time, because in every workplace, what people need to remember is that they are replaceable. You know, but you to your family or to your friends are not. You're all part of a community, and no one really is replaceable except in a job.
Yeah, my work are really good at making me feel valued.
Yeah.
I know we've got friends, haven't we, that have really bad workplaces for like supporting you when you're off sick. I've never really felt pressure to come back. I've never felt...
I worked in the same team. Yeah, before you did. Yeah. We worked in the same team, and they're a really great bunch. And if you're going to need people to be supportive, especially Jonathan's manager, they're just great. They're just lovely people.
I mean,
so
it does help.
You are very lucky with that.
I am.
I've had
lucky.
some really unsupportive. I've had a place where I worked where I had to walk up 3 flights of stairs, and because I struggle, I asked for adjustments to be made, which under the Disability Act in this country, they are supposed to do. And my manager just looked at me straight in the face and said, "Get yourself another job." That was all her help. You know, it was, and when you have illnesses and you end up having time off sick, and I know there's going to be lots of people that watch this that will understand that. You know, you're judged at work in some workplaces, and you're judged as, oh, you're that problem, and you become a problem. You end up having to go on reports, and you know, it's just, you're treated so badly in the workplace for long-term illness. So, you know, chronically ill people really do have a bad deal.
Yeah.
And obviously, all through all that, my work history, because I stopped working beginning of 2020, I had undiagnosed ADHD, which was a major cause of a lot of the issues anyway, because I couldn't cope with life. So it's hard.
It is hard.
But not working is the best for me.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether I'll...
Oh, you'll finish before
you finish with that colour.
I struggle. If I start talking, I get very involved in the talking.
No, it's fine. I don't mind.
And then doing it. When I'm done on paint, I'm normally completely on my own.
Yeah.
And just doing it peacefully. But I like talking as well.
Yeah.
So I'll shut up for a bit and concentrate. Let Jonathan talk.
What am I going to talk about?
I don't know. I'm sure there's something interesting. Ask me some questions.
So Sarah's...
Ask me questions if you want to, about anything.
Yeah, I was just thinking about...
Oh, very quickly, I'm just going to mention that the glorious Nerd Herd, I love you millions. You've been so lovely. They collectively sent me some gifts that mean the absolute world to me. You've just no idea. So I'm saying it on this for all those that watch it, of you lot. You're amazeballs. Okay, done.
Yeah, and we're going to unbox one of those gifts at some point, aren't we?
Yeah,
you know, but
definitely.
But yeah, I was thinking. So, I guess because I've got a little bit more time at the moment, I'm going to try and push myself into my diamond painting a bit more. You know, I mean, I want to get as much of my magical potions done before the end of the event. So I think
also just do anything you fancy doing.
Yeah, I want to do gaming as well.
Yeah, and if you want to start sewing something just for the sake of like, oh, I'll have a go at making something, and do it.
And I think I want to my little nephew Alex, my sister is actually doing a course to become a professional childminder. Yeah, so to work in like a nursery or elsewhere.
Oh, a nursery nurse rather than
Yeah.
a childminder. She's not doing it in a home. She's going to go somewhere to work.
Yeah, she's going to go somewhere to
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
I
That's
think.
the
Yeah,
childminders. Someone does it in their own home.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's like, but I think they still need to be qualified in like
Yeah. Oh,
the
you do. Yes, you
curriculum
do
and
have.
everything.
Yeah. Yes.
Because in this country, I don't know if it's like gone like that in other countries, but I mean, there's a lot of like curriculum now,
And
even
regulations and stuff.
even in nursery. I don't know whether it's warranted or
There is.
not.
It is. I think it is because there's a lot of early learning, early years and early years development that people need to know.
I guess it stops people from going into the job that just shouldn't really be nursery nurses and
exactly.
really don't care about the kids learning stuff.
Actual, it is a career. It's a very good job. Just because they're looking after kids does not mean that it's not a very important job.
No.
Because a lot of people wouldn't be able to work without these people. So they're vital.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister.
And all credit to her. It's not something I could ever do.
She absolutely loves looking after Alex, her son, my nephew. She's
she's amazing.
She's so good at it, and yeah, she thrives on that, and she wants to make that a thing. You know,
I did not thrive on that.
I couldn't think more highly of my sister, to be honest. She was a professional soprano, but
like many, beautiful.
Yeah, like many through COVID. Suffered massively with not just the lack of money, you know, because a lot of them really struggled, but she also just really not being the overwhelming feeling when you did get work and everything, and just the fear of the unknown, I guess.
Yeah.
And I know how that feels because when I worked for an agency.
Yeah, actually, that's quite brave of you because you're going into strange places, and it's not exactly your comfort zone, is it?
No, well, I wouldn't do it again.
No.
Because I mean, I worked for a very expensive nursing agency, which meant that you got jobs very last minute, which was not very good for my mental health. I went from Coventry. I went to Birmingham occasionally.
Yeah.
I even went to Brighton.
Yeah, from here, and that's a drive and a half.
And I had a community client just on the outskirts of Norwich for a time, but yeah, it wasn't really for me. I mean, every now and then you'd get a complaint put against you for very spurious reasons. I mean, I had one from an ITU I'd worked in saying that I needed too much support, but then when it came down to it, the person wouldn't even follow up on the complaint. So
yeah, they're just
and on inaccuracy, I think the patient was unstable, and they stick agency nurses inside rooms, and it just and expect you to cope in an area you've not worked in.
I know, that's just a nightmare scenario, really. I couldn't do it at all.
But that was a very stressful thing. So I get how difficult it can be to like. You stick your hand to it. You've got a little thing for the top of it.
No, yeah, that's probably better. I'm not gifted today.
Right. Sorry, I can never stop going E.
Idiot.
Do you know where that's from?
No, I don't.
Friends, where Ross, what is love? And I just remember when he gets to E, he goes E. It's when he's absolutely blazing drunk and Joe's trying to tell him that he's in love with Rachel.
Oh yes, I know the scene.
I do apologise if I'll try and put a spoiler warning in case but for God's sake, it's years old.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't bother putting a spoiler alert for anything to do with Friends.
Yeah, although I was very annoyed with Sheldon in that episode of Big Bang, the spoiler one, where he basically...
Oh, that's just cruel,
Well, not only that, but he actually... Thankfully, I don't think any of the things he referenced are things that I hadn't watched, but it was quite likely that some people might not have watched. There's one...
You know it's not real.
What?
Sheldon's not real.
No, I know. No, but I'm talking about the show.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, the show.
Yeah.
They should have. It was a really badly. It should have had a spoiler warning at the beginning of it,
Yeah.
like listing all the things that he was spoiling. But yeah, he was so horrible.
I think it
in
was
that
after all the
episode.
films, after
It
Oh,
was after
sugar.
they all came out. But
Whoops!
what have you done?
I just throw them everywhere. Oh dear,
But, yeah.
I'm in clumsy mood.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Because you're in my house.
No, just that's how I feel today.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, that was a very mean.
I don't know where this
Episode.
goes.
Oh, that's not the very good one.
Yeah, put that there. Looks like my.
Oh, you finished a colour.
Yay!
Second colour done.
Yay! Go me! Look, you can finish it off then when I'm done. When I'm, at the end
Yeah.
of this, I'll just start another one. Where is the letter A?
No, you won't. You'll finish that.
Letter A.
Here we go. Oh, you found your own letter. Your own
I
colour.
did. Go me.
Yeah, go you.
I know.
Um.
Bloody jeans. Whoops. I did that bit out.
Yeah.
Stood beep.
You can say things like that. You
I
just.
know. I know. I think it's also that the rules with YouTube are American, really. They're based on American ideals because in the UK television,
Yeah.
there's a lot more swearing, nudity, and everything.
I think
compared
before
to US telly.
pre-Watershed there is, but I think you can have it post-Watershed. Watershed, I don't
Did
know
they
why.
have a watershed in the US?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But Watershed, if you don't know what we're talking about, is 9 o'clock, which
Mhm.
is means child friendly. So
Yeah,
Kids-
after 9 p.m.
After 9 p.m, kids are all in bed, up to 16 years old or
Yeah.
whatever, or however old they need to.
15, I think it is.
15,
Yeah.
they're all in bed, so you can't do anything.
Yeah,
You know.
but you get away with. Honestly, you'd be
Yeah.
amazed. I think it would shock some people.
What? How?
Well,
bad
that aren't that and people, Americans, as from what I know, is that nudity and swearing is not acceptable on the television.
I know it's.
but
just,
but we're a lot more lax. So
Yeah.
and I do swear. I know people do swear, and I'm terrible.
Yes, you are.
I'm
You
a
taught
bad
me-
person.
You taught me all the swear words I know.
No, I didn't. You knew a lot of them when I met you.
Yeah, but oh dear.
That fateful day.
What fateful day.
Oh God, 11 years ago.
What
we
when?
met.
Well, we met.
Yeah, 11
Oh yeah.
years ago at least, nearly.
God, yeah. Can't remember what time of year it was, but
Well, I moved up here from Brighton in September, and I started there in the club in the October, November.
yeah.
So yeah, later in the year, it'll be 11 years. So.
Oh God,
I know.
I'm feeling old now.
I know you are old. That's why.
Bitch. She's very mean. She can't resist.
I'm trying to be nice. 'Cause
Tell-
I know Jonathan is still anxious. He's still stressed. He's still not 100% at all, and really needs the time. But it's just my default is just
To be mean to
to
me.
mean to just because it's funny, and I'm trying not
it's just
to
like
be.
I'm never mean back.
He
so
is very mean back.
I am not.
He is. He's
I'm
so horrible.
I am not.
Yes, he really is. But it's just what we're like with each other. There's
I
no.
know. I know.
It's not meant.
You started it. I was nice to begin with.
I think it just developed from both of us. Let's be honest. We just build it up.
6. Oh dear.
So
Yes. Yeah, you are a Witterini.
I am a Witterini, Witteroni, Witterati.
Oh, well, we had a name for your food, didn't we? The other day.
Oh God, what was it?
Sarian.
Yes, my Sarian diet.
Yes, your Sarian diet.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is not difficult to list. It's green vegetables, but only the ones that I eat. There's a few I don't eat, like okra and things that are just vile.
What's
Green-
okra? I thought that was a colour.
No, it's
Okra.
Okra. It's a little, thing that it's often used in a lot of like southern Caribbean cooking.
Oh, right, I was going to say.
It's just not. I find not
What's
nice.
What's it look like?
It just looks like a very small courgette,
Oh right. Well, I don't like courgettes.
Oh, no, I
does it
love
taste? Does it taste like a courgette?
No, it's slimy. I find it
Yeah.
slimy.
Oh
Yeah, exactly.
no, I don't like tofu for that reason.
I don't like tofu because it's vile, and I can't eat soy.
Yeah, for what I think I was in Germany once, and we had a soup with tofu in it, and it was cut into little cubes, and that slimy texture
just-
going down your throat.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. I didn't like.
No.
I mean,
no.
I might try it again because I know tofu is in different forms, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it could be that you just didn't like that form of tofu because you can cook.
You can fry it.
You can
and
fry
that
it
makes
and
it probably
stuff.
more interesting.
Yeah,
and
but
season it.
That was probably just boiled, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it was in a soup. But
Yeah. But there's people that live on it that love it, but I can't have anything with soy in, so that rules out a lot
of
of those
vegetarian stuff.
vegetarian foods. But
Yeah.
Sarian diet is basically green veg, green salad, any salad. I've actually now reintroduced tomatoes. They seem to be okay. I'll give it a couple of days before I have any more, and then we'll see.
Mhm.
It's based on the AIP, the autoimmune protocol diet, but I had to amend it a lot
Because of your gastritis.
once the stomach problems started last October. So I've had to. You have to have zero acidic foods. So there's not all. If I do reintroduce tomatoes, there won't be a lot of them, because some can be acidic. And I have actually had quite a lot of stomach pain today, so maybe tomatoes aren't working.
It's just crap for you, isn't
Yeah,
it? Because
and-
whenever you try and introduce them,
Yeah,
it goes wrong.
And then I can eat chicken or fish. And the occasional red meat, but not often, because it takes a long time for me to recover from it. And avocados and fruit, mainly berries.
You have a lot of avocados, don't you?
Yeah, I have one a day.
Mm.
I have one a day. I have avocado a day, and I can have.
Well, you don't have very many protein sources, though, to be fair, and it is a good source of protein,
It
isn't
is
it?
well, yeah, and it's the fats are very good as well. So,
Yeah.
and I make a very simple olive oil dressing, with a little bit of organic cider vinegar in it, and I can have a tiny bit of mustard, Dijon,
Mm-hmm.
in that. I make the dressing.
Are you allowed red meat?
I can have tiny bits, like a really small like
So
steak
you're only
once in a blue moon.
So you're
If
only
I have it too often, I really don't feel well.
right. So you're only allowed fish and chicken, really, on turkey.
That's my main diet. Yeah, white
Yeah.
meat.
White
The pork,
meats.
not pork, because pork's a red meat. To be
Oh,
honest,
apparently we're a white meat.
I know we taste like chicken. Apparently,
Apparently, but
Yeah.
I guess that's no good.
yeah. no. I'm not turning to cannibalism to cope with it. Okay. I can also eat oat crackers. Gluten free, no gluten. I did try gluten free bread last week, but within 20 minutes I had bloated, and I just looked pregnant. It was not pretty.
Well, like you after we went to
It was because I don't have it. Actually,
Yeah.
having a little bit, I reacted to.
But
I'm not celiac, but I'm definitely intolerant.
Yeah, I remember the OK Diner incident.
Yes, we were going away for a few days, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we stopped at this diner that Jonathan loves, and it was amazing. The food, the burgers was gorgeous. We had this milkshake, and it was just pure ice cream and cream.
Oh, it's lovely.
So nice. But I'm actually completely dairy intolerant, which I thought I might be, but I wasn't convinced of
Well,
it.
I am as well,
Yeah.
to be fair. So
But honestly, by the end of the day, I literally looked about 20 months pregnant. It was awful, and it took days to go down.
I know, God.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
people in the street asking what sex it was.
yeah,
No, they didn't really.
yeah, I felt like they were going to, though. Baggy clothes were the answer. So basically, it's boring. But with my ADHD brain, I find it actually very comforting and easy, because I don't have to think about it.
Mhm.
I find trying to think of different meals every single day really stressful.
Well, we don't do that anyway. We have
I know you have
set
a
meals
rolling
we
thing.
have.
You have set meals, and I'm trying
Yeah.
to introduce that, but because of my health,
Yeah.
I can't always be available to cook or be there to do this meals. So I'm unable to organise stuff, but I need things to be organised. My husband works a lot of hours. I have 2 adult children at home. And that's it. They don't do much at all. It's difficult. I'm just having a bit of a moment about that at the moment at home. So, yes, I've told my husband I just want to bugger off somewhere. Just disappear for a week.
Yeah. You had 2 weeks off, didn't you? Because everyone went on holiday, didn't they?
Yeah, oh, that was horrible. I felt so lonely.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It was lovely at home with my husband because it was just the 2 of us. And because when I met him, I had my elder 2 children. We've not had that time that couples get where you have no kids. You know, where you're dating and then you're living together and you get married and there's no children around. We've always had a family with John, so it's really nice. So we're looking forward to having that stage of our life now. They just won't all leave me alone. We were trying really hard. They won't go. There's 4 of them now, so there's a lot of kids, and they just are there.
Just hope one of them doesn't watch this.
No, me too. I love them. I love them with my entire heart and soul. I would die for any of them. But I need my space now. I've got to that stage.
I know how that feels. I remember when one of my sisters lived with me for too long, and we wanted our space, and it was just,
Yeah, John
difficult.
and I are just ready for the next stage, where it's the 2 of us and we just do what we want.
Yeah.
And that's just how we're looking forward to that, and we just haven't quite got there yet. So it's frustrating. You know, there's lots of places we want to travel, we want to see things, do things, interesting things. But you're looking after other people a lot, so it's hard.
I get that.
But because John was at work all day, and everyone was out. I had both the 2 adults kids we had at home were actually away for nearly 2 weeks, and you were away at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was, I had days on my own. I had like no one to call. I spoke to my friend Vic, but that's it.
Yeah, I know.
I was just like lally 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 la.
You called me, but
No, I did follow you though on locations on Apple.
Oh yes.
Apple locations. I was like, oh, where are you now? What are you doing? Ooh. That was funny.
Yeah, and you kept texting me saying, "Oh, you're here now, are you? Or have you just done this? Or you just done that?" And I'm like, "God's sake, you nosy Parker."
Yeah, but I was doing the same with Reese, who's my youngest, who was in Japan, and I was following him as well. So, but I didn't tell him that.
You didn't tell him?
No, I didn't tell him until he got back.
I thought he must have known though, because you have to consent to.
No, yeah, but he'd done that ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you told him when he got back.
Yeah, that I was.
What did he say?
I was stalking him on holiday. He just laughed, thankfully. But
just good thing you didn't see him in a hotel room for a long period of time or something, and then you're like, oh, okay.
There was a time during the day when you obviously went back for your afternoon naps. I don't get that.
Us, yeah.
Yeah, I do not nap, but your entire family nap.
Yeah.
And so it was just a bit, and because the location, let's say, is not perfect, it looked like Jonathan was in the swimming pool for an hour, just and I know that would not happen.
No, I didn't go in the swimming pool at all in Disney Resort. I did once.
Oh, I did get a weekend. I did get a few days away though.
Yeah.
When you carry on, and then I'll talk about my days away.
Oh yes, you got a few days away, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
And I was ill for a few days as well, so in bed.
Yeah, you had a wonderful trip to Centre Parks, didn't you?
Yeah, Centre Parks, Aquasana, Spa. That's the word. With my sister, we treated ourselves and we did the proper overnight, stay in a suite, do it properly. Not just a day visit.
Very, very expensive, isn't it?
Ridiculously expensive. But
yeah.
I mean, the room, it was gorgeous. It was so big. We thought we'd get, you get like a hotel room. You get this just massive suite with your own lounge and a kitchen and this glorious bedroom and a bathroom, and then a separate bath area that had this enormous round bath. You could have fitted about 12 people in. The trouble is, it looked way too much like a birth pool for me. Birthing pool.
Oh, God.
And also because of my, movement limitations, I wasn't sure I'd get in or out.
So you've been in a birthing pool?
No, I never did water births. I tried.
But
I got
do you
into
see,
a bath
do you
when I
see
was
one
in
in the
labour.
delivery suite then?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. You get the option,
Right.
but as with all of mine, I tried with with the first one with Andrew, sitting in a bath to help relieve it, and it just made me feel awful.
Mm,
So I've never wanted water birth as such.
yeah.
I know a lot of women absolutely find them amazing, but no.
I
not
just
for
don't
me.
know how the baby doesn't drown when he comes out. I never really understood
They're
that.
not underwater long enough.
Right.
they're
Or don't
literally
they get
put-
water if they breathe water into their lungs, their first breath or something though?
No, because they don't have their first breath because they're going from a water-filled area. Let's not get too graphic here. To another water-filled area.
Right.
You remember they've been in
Oh,
the
yeah, I
amniotic
suppose.
fluid.
Yeah.
That's just a continuation.
But they're in a sac in the amniotic fluid though, aren't they?
But that's broken
Yeah.
before birth.
Oh, I know it's broken before birth, but usually it's broken as soon as they come out, isn't it? Or
No.
something?
Sometimes it's broken days before.
Oh, right.
Yeah, your water's
Well, how do they
That's what the
survive?
water-
How do they survive in the amniotic fluid then?
because there's enough. There is enough for them,
Yeah.
and don't forget they're connected by the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
And they're not breathing yet as such. They're still
Yeah.
just using that. There is enough. You don't. That's why there's a risk that if your waters break too quickly or too. Yes, I know I've done nothing.
Well, no, I'm just thinking I'm about to do that colour in a minute, but
Well, you have to wait. They. Oh, I forgot now.
you're talking about amniotic fluid
Yes.
and babies and
Yes,
stuff.
they don't, right? But you can't have your waters burst for too long before they'll like induce you and get you moving a bit more because it's not safe for the baby and the risk of infection becomes too great
Right.
because
Okay.
obviously there's an entrance into the baby there from the outside world as such.
Right. Very
Oh,
interesting.
the joys of birth.
Yes.
I did want to be a midwife at one
I
point.
thought about it, but I had so much there's so much prejudice towards male nurses from other people that I just thought it would be worse than midwives.
I
so
would
never
have
did
loved
it.
it. I would have loved you as a midwife. I think you'd be amazing.
Yeah, well, I never did it.
I know. I've had some amazing midwives. The first two I had with my first birth, which was a bit traumatic, but they were amazing. They were just so supportive and wonderful and helpful, and I adored them.
Male midwives.
No, two
Two
female,
two
two I had
females, yeah.
two women with me. And I don't remember any of the midwives with Rhiannon, with my daughter, or Emma. But the hospital, when I gave birth to Emma, was beautiful. They were lovely. Actually, to be honest, I think I was one of the few. There was only me and one other mother actually on the delivery unit at that time.
Mhm.
So we had a lot of support.
Yeah.
But with Reese, they were horrific. Just not pleasant. There's plenty of that left, so
I know.
you can still use
yeah,
it.
I couldn't I?
Yeah.
Slow coach.
I know I'm slow. I'm talking.
I know.
I struggle to do both. What are you doing?
Just checking the time. That was all.
Quelle heure est-il?
No. The time of
Oh, how long we've been wittering?
yeah, an hour and 15. So probably should wrap up.
Yeah,
minute.
no worries. Wrap up when you're ready.
Yeah.
I can talk for days.
Oh, I know. If talking overly was an offensive weapon,
Oh
you
God,
would
yeah.
it. Do you know what you should
I'd
have
be
been?
a weapon of mass destruction.
You would. Do you know what you should have been?
What?
An American filibuster.
No.
Do you know they talk? They talk. They can talk. Apparently, it's a whole thing that
Of
if you
course
can
it
talk
is.
about something for long enough, you can stop
Stop bills.
laws from happening.
Yeah, I know.
It's
But
insane.
But it's similar. There are similar things in this country. But
I think
not
there's
as
one.
bad.
I think there's one of the it's one of the most
It's awful. I think
awful
it's
miscarriages
terrible
of justice
Yeah.
ever.
that
That you can just talk. If you don't like something, you can just talk
over
about
yeah.
over it. But,
Talk
you know,
about anything and
Yeah.
keep going. But I did want to go into politics. That was another career I did think
Yeah.
about, was becoming an MP. Because I think I would be good in the Houses of Parliament, because I love politics. I love watching it. I love watching the Houses of Parliament.
Yeah.
I find it so much fun. And a lot of other people don't.
Yeah.
But I just really, and I think I would have been a good MP. But that didn't happen.
No, Mum didn't want you to do it, probably.
To be honest, it was work. I realise also that I don't like working. That is an issue for me.
But you've done a lot of jobs.
Oh, I've
in your
done
time.
so many different jobs. You've no
Yeah.
idea. Because
Yeah.
that's another thing. I have, my boredom threshold with jobs is atrocious,
Yeah.
and I need to change. And I get in, and then I have issues with health, and you just end up moving around jobs.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've done, my favourite one was the
Hospice? Or-
hospice. I did
Yeah.
for many years before we moved up here. They were beautiful.
You
It
probably
was
still
wonderful.
have been there if you hadn't moved, wouldn't you? Or did
Well,
you
no,
leave
it closed
before?
down. It's
No,
closed
no,
down.
no. Well, I mean, you still have been there until it closed.
Yes, I would have done. I would have stayed there because it was just a wonderful place. And working with the dying, I think is a privilege.
Yeah.
And
Just so sad.
it's
It's gone.
yes, it is sad because it fulfilled an amazing,
I don't know how they can close hospices just like that.
because it ran out of money.
Because I know they're all charities, though, aren't
Yeah.
they? But
And the thing is, the woman lady who owned it, the nurse who owned it, wouldn't put the charges up to ridiculous amounts, and she wanted to take people that weren't wanted elsewhere.
yeah,
There was a lot of people that lived on the streets for years, or were in the YMCA in Hove and places like that. There were people with mental health issues, people with struggles, people with learning disabilities, because even learning disability people are entitled to
palliative care. Of course
palliative
they are.
good palliative care. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of there was just a lot of things, but it was a great place, absolutely great place to work,
yeah,
and a great attitude towards dying.
yeah. So oh well.
Yeah, I think we
I
maybe
think we've
talked out
just about
slightly.
talked as much as we can
Well,
now.
I think it's just a
Well-
case of, Jonathan, you've got to look after yourself.
Yeah,
Put your mental health first, just for a bit. Don't push yourself to go back too quickly.
yeah,
But-
no.
But do it at your own pace, and whatever pace that is. If it's quicker, then that's right, and if it's slower, then that's
I'm
correct as well.
going to try my very best to focus in a month's time, because I think really a lot of the hard legwork has been done already.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
worked on a lot of these issues in the 6 months I was off, so I don't really anticipate not being back then. And I really want to be back, so I'm doing sensible things like getting my medications reviewed. I increased my counselling. I had one. Well, sorry,
You'd gone down to once a month.
I'd
hadn't
gone
you?
down to once a month. I'm back up at twice a month.
Yeah.
And my counsellor is fantastic. So
Yeah,
we have-
we do actually have the same therapist,
yeah, we do. But
but she's just amazing. Yes.
yeah,
we
but,
love her.
But yeah, so what was I
You're
gonna say?
so God. I can't believe how quick you are.
A lot
I'm
more than I
so-
used to be, aren't I?
Yeah, well, you do it more than I do, because I have way too many other hobbies.
Yeah.
That is an issue.
What's a career for me? Not.
Well, no, but you are
Wish it was, but
you are very, very good.
But then we have issues, when I turn things into
Yeah, you don't want to turn it into a business.
everything
Just-
has to be turned into a business.
Everything
today.
has to be monetized, because that's how you justify doing stuff.
I know. I don't know what it is. Why I do that.
It's an ADHD thing.
Yeah, I was
I don't know
talking-
where that goes. I'm sticking it there. And go there.
But it probably went in the only gap there was, but
Oh yeah, you got the same colour. Well done.
yeah. Thank
I'm
you.
so clever, am I?
Yes, you're the most cleverest person in the universe.
I is. D.
Yeah.
No,
but-
it's O. Oh, the joys of bad eyesight.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my mum into diamond painting, but She's having issues with her sight, but I really want to because
I think your mum would love it.
yeah, I think she
And she
would.
just needs to use things like I do.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's because, there's when you do struggle with sight, you need to find ways to deal with it. I have these magnifiers and some clip-on lenses
Yeah.
that I sometimes wear that really help just bring things into focus. And
Yeah.
yeah, it might look like a complete Egypt, but
Well, when you first started, you thought you couldn't do it. You thought you couldn't see well enough.
Yeah, yes.
And then you saw how amazing it was to me, and you wanted that for
Yes.
yourself, didn't you?
yeah, it's the mindfulness that I like.
Yeah, it is. That's what I like
Yeah.
as well. So you decided, right, I'm just gonna have to get the stupid helmet thing or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, I've one that goes right on my head that does it so I can do close work and crafts that otherwise I just wouldn't. And my life is
To be
being
fair, some
creative.
things like my 148. When I did the 148 scale houses, which I gave up quite quickly. Actually, I didn't even finish the first house. Things like that. I would struggle without a magnifier. To be fair, I mean I know I'm short sighted, but that's not the same.
You're not very short-sighted. I mean, your prescription is laughable. Let's be honest, compared to mine.
I know, but still a lot worse than. Well, Alan's is actually getting worse. He's going to have glasses for driving soon.
I'm waiting for my husband's to start needing reading and driving glasses.
Yeah.
Although his vision does seem still to be absolutely perfect, and he's not started the old move it away thing properly.
Yeah.
Yet. It's very disappointing.
Yeah, but yeah.
I think you look quite nice in glasses.
Yes.
Both Alan and John.
So I'm going to try very hard, to focus on getting back, and we might do some unboxings as well. One of the presents that
my gift.
Our wonderful friends got for Sarah is a Dreamer Designs kit that Sarah's been after for a long time.
Love it.
So we might do that at some point soon.
Yeah, so I would like to because once I finish the one I'm doing now for the spring along-a-thon.
Yeah.
I will do that one. I know I've got others I haven't finished, but who doesn't have several on the go?
Might confiscate it.
No, you cannot confiscate it. It is mine.
What do you think, guys? Should we make Sarah finish all her kits that she's got in progress? She's got Springtime Splendour and Home is Where the Magic Is. It was up there.
It was up there. It's
downstairs
now,
now.
isn't it? Yeah. No, don't make me do that, please. Please.
Yeah. Anyway, but it's been wonderful to chat to you today. I hope you enjoy this video. If you like this content, please consider giving us a thumbs up. And if you like my content in general, please consider hitting the subscribe button and hitting the bell icon to get all the notifications.
And if you want us to just shut up, let us know as well.
Okay. Right,
Thank
bye
you.
for now.
Bye.